Hi everyone, I am Saloni and today we have with us an emerging artist and an upcoming rock star, Binny Sharma. Welcome to Sociobits. How are you doing today?
Very good, Saloni. How are you?
I'm good too. Thanks for asking. So, shall we start with a small introduction about yourself?
Please, yes. I am Binny Sharma. I am a singer-songwriter from Gujarat.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I keep bouncing between Ahmedabad, Bombay, and Himachal. So that's something that I keep doing. I love traveling as well. So something that keeps me busy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, more or less. There are quite a lot of projects that I've done. Includes three films and a lot of jingles, ad
Mhm.
jingles, and we have a band, so we travel as well. Travel a lot, in fact.
Okay, so how did this journey
So
start?
yeah, started a long time back. Yeah. My mom and dad, they are both singers, musicians, but not like professionally.
Mm-hmm.
So it was all at my home, and it started in Bharuch. My dad used to work with JNFC, and I used to study there. And one of uh, these subject used to be music, and we would have our music teacher coming in and teaching us and all of that stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
he found some potential in the things that I was doing, so he pushed me more, and we ended up doing a lot of stuff together. So that's how it all started in Bharuch. Then we shifted to Ahmedabad, and then the rest is history. Ahmedabad, Gujarati scene, Gujarati films, jingles, ads, the band scene, all of that.
Okay, so professionally, how did this start? What was your first project about?
Professionally started in after 12th, in fact. One of this singer who used to stay very close to my place, he we just bumped into each other. We ended up exchanging few jam scenes and notes and stuff, and he
Mhm.
said, why don't you join our band?
Okay.
And that was a Gujarati Garba band. And I said, why not? Like, I'm a non-Gujarati
Mm-hmm.
who had absolutely no idea about um, the Gujarati scene, right? So he gave me like these three cassettes, Khelaya 1, 2, and 3. And he said, just इसको रट्टा मार लो पूरी तरह से. And that's what I did. In a week, मैंने वो सब गाने रट्टा मार लिए थे. And then I went there, auditioned, and that's how it started. After that, so I sang with them for almost a year, year and a half, in fact, more.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I went to there was this place called Slang in Ahmedabad,
Okay.
a cafe called Slang. And I
Okay.
went there. Karthik from Mati Bani was playing there. And
Mm-hmm.
I just said that I would want to sing. And he was like, yeah, sure. He was a super sport. He said, yeah, yeah, come sing. And I sang few, and that's how that began as well. The owner came out and said that, do you know guitars? And I said, no, I don't. So he said, just go learn guitars, and this is a fixed place for you. Come back in like 2 3 months when you're very sure with a 3 hour set. And that's what happened. I came back in like a 2.5 month gap or something with about 150, 200 songs prepared.
That's nice.
So
So,
yeah,
yeah. So it was very unpredictable of you to start working like that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, completely. I was very fortunate, in fact, very fortunate that I've always been approached by a lot of amazing people who've helped me carve this. I keep
Mhm.
saying that I'm very destined to do this. Not that I was fully prepared or I wanted to do this forever. I always wanted to do music, but then um, I think that's also there. When you put out a thought that you want to do something, there will be a lot of people who will come and help you to get there, like your dream projects and things that you want to do. वो
Okay.
कायनात तुम्हें अपने सपने से मिलाने में लग जाती है वैसा वाला.
So
So I think that happened with me as well.
have you tried in Bollywood like till
So
now?
I've done three films as a music
Mhm.
director,
Okay.
and that is what it is. I was in Bombay for a year, year and a half. Did a lot of remixes for a lot of people, a lot of DJs. Produced few, composed few.
Mm-hmm.
Um, But yeah, that's what it is. I mean, I've done films as a music director.
So, what can we expect to see from you in the coming months or years?
So much more, yeah. So last year I actually took a break. My dad was not well,
Okay.
and I took a break. I just wanted to be with him, take care of him, and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
This year we've started working on the album. Uh, we are already um, we're already thinking of about 8 songs, and this is going to be a complete rock ballad. Uh, a lot of these different emotions that we want to, at least as a musician, I would want to touch these emotions. तो वही करेंगे इस साल about एक एल्बम का प्लान है and there are few films coming up,
Mm-hmm.
few projects that I already did. I think they're working out and they might release. The films might release this year.
Okay. So, do you believe is it difficult for an outsider to get into the industry?
Hmm. It's not difficult if you're talented. I
Okay.
think it's not very difficult if you're talented.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it helps you to kind of, because when you're an outsider, when you don't know the industry, you're taking a lot of time to understand and meeting people. Understand the industry, how it works, what happens in the industry, how things are done. When you're already from that background, when that family background is already there, you know who to get in touch with. You
Mm-hmm.
already know people. There are a lot of people who are willing to give you work as well. But then obviously you have to have talent to sustain it.
Yeah.
um, so yeah, it is some work, but if you're talented enough, I think you will be able to crack it.
Okay. So, who are some of your biggest musical influences and how they shaped your sound?
Wow, so many of them. Yeah, it's starting from my dad. I think he was my biggest influence, my biggest idol.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, you know, and I also talk about this on a lot of different platforms as well. Music is not just the way you sing or the kind of songs that you make. It is also a lifestyle. It's also the understanding of life and how you want to go about it, how you perceive music more than doing music.
Okay.
So I think in that sense, my dad has helped me a lot
Mm-hmm.
in kind of carving the way I think, thought process, all of that. Musically, Hariharan ji is somebody I adore. I think he's one of the most talented singer that we have in the industry. Um, Lucky Ali for his songwriting. KK has been a big influence. Um, Sonu Nigam. I've heard a lot of Gulam Ali and Mehndi Hasan Saab. So all of these people, they've and I understand where my kind of music also comes in. The way I write music is very important for me. Lyrics are very, very important. Um, and I think because I've heard all of these amazing musicians and the way they see life and the
Mm-hmm.
way they have done this songwriting, I think that influences me much, much more. So
Okay.
yeah, these people.
So, how would you describe your music to someone who has never heard it before?
Never heard it before. I call myself a storyteller.
Okay.
So I'm more of a music teller.
Mm-hmm.
So every song that I write, I would want to have a story in it, even if it's like a very silly song like "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star" or something. At least have a story in it. Um, there's a song that I did with Hrithik Roshan called "Mood Swag," and that
Okay.
became really popular as well. And that song, it's a very quirky take on people who have beard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that song also has a story. If you listen to it, you'll figure out the layers in the song. And for me, that is what it is. So if you are into storytelling through music, I think that's where I come in.
Okay, so we have heard about your NFT collection. What is it?
Oh yes. So NFT was beautiful. Yeah. I think NFT is something that is going to change the way people see artists also, and it's a big thing for artists. I think every artist should get into it. For me, when we were doing Aankhon Se, this song that I released last year. This NFT scene was big. I was actually in touch with a lot of people, a lot of these amazing people who were dealing with like Bitcoin, saying, complete techie guys, um, NFTs. That's when we decided to drop the NFT, and I think I was the first one from Gujarat to drop an artist NFT. So we decided that we'll drop the trailer of the song as
Mhm.
an NFT,
Okay.
and it worked out beautiful. I think it's one of the bestest things that we did.
So how was the response for those collections?
Very good, very good. In fact, those collections we just did like three of it, um, and went really well. And then from there, the whole regulation part and all of that came in. There was a lot of these big news about how government was, seeing all of this uh, crypto scene and the NFT scene and
Mhm.
all of that. So we took a break, and after that, I didn't release like few of these, but it was beautiful. And in fact, it all started from these people who I met on Clubhouse, this app called Clubhouse, and that's where these conversations would happen. And then we decided we came on board. There were a few of these artists. I created these NFTs. My wife is also into. She's an artist as well. She's a filmmaker, so we decided that this is something that we have to do. We have to get into it. The response was beautiful, and I'm glad that people are still talking about it. It's been more than a year and a half now, and whenever these, crypto conversations happen in Gujarat or NFT conversations that happen in Gujarat,
Mhm.
Aankhon Se is there. So I'm happy. I'm happy about it, and I'm happy about the decision that we took of dropping an NFT because art is not just, you have to understand a bigger space. It's not just creating,
Mhm.
it's also pushing it, and there is a sense of responsibility that comes in with art as well. So Kali Pili, the NFT that we dropped, is basically these taxis that you would see in Bombay,
Yeah.
right? Mumbai. uh, so and we knew that Kali Pili were going to be, they were not going to be legal, road legal,
Mhm.
after March last year, and that's what happened. And then I said, this is the best time to drop the NFT because we shot the song in a Kali Pili. So
Oh,
Aankhon Se was done completely shot in that Kali Pili.
okay.
It was
So,
a story of that taxi driver,
okay, the entire song is a story of a taxi driver, Kalipili ka.
a story of a taxi driver in that Kali Pili.
Okay. So, interesting that is. So, how do you engage with your fans and build a strong connection with your audience?
Here I try to be real as I can.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, I think because a lot of people are now exposed to social media, they can see through fakeness.
Okay.
And that's what I would want to believe. I would want to believe that people are looking at people who are real, and
Mhm.
that's how I keep it. I would want to keep it real, have real conversations. I hate flexing. Something that I don't like. Even if it's your, whatever, your car or bikes or whatever, there are a lot of things that we're already doing, yeah. And
Mhm.
people are going through so much already. Um, I think flexing is one thing that we should just stop.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, that's how I do it. I try to go live on Instagram. I on and off. There are life philosophies that I try sharing on Instagram. Whatever I learn, not that I'm saying I'm an expert or I'm a guru or something, but whatever I've learned over a period of time, seeing people, knowing about things and all of that, I would try to keep it real.
Okay. So, do you believe?
We,
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
I
Continue.
try to make, I try to make these lifestyle blogs as well, where I would
Okay.
want to, where I would put out all of these infos about my life. I think I would want to believe that that's the best way to kind of tell anything about you to your audience.
You make blogs. So, do you have your
Yeah.
particular YouTube channel for your travel things
Yes.
and all?
Yes. It's called Being Binny Productions.
Okay.
Um, or being Binny vlogs,
Mhm.
and that's where I keep uploading a lot of stuff that I do with music or with travel. These travel series that we've done with Gujarat Tourism or Royal Enfield, or all of
Mhm.
these brands. So I try to put all of that out as well in whatever way I can.
Okay. So, do you believe technology, particularly artificial intelligence, is helping in music industry?
It's helping in music industry. It will help in music industry. I'll tell you why. I was
Mhm.
actually going through this amazing, I don't know, some website. I forgot the name of the website as well. And it is just very impromptu. I just wanted to check what that website does. Obviously, there is a lot of, it's also feeded information. So it is obviously going to grow over a period of time. So I said that I would want to have a song that has a vibe of this song and has a vibe of this artist and probably this band and the bass line of that band and probably guitar line of this band. And in like 30 minutes, I had a song ready. That is what AI is doing. Like imagine this whole process for me would take about at least 3 or 4 days if I sit and figure out everything. If everything goes right, there are this process can also take about a month. But this with AI, I was able to do it in like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Imagine like where the world is going. So it's going to be crazy. I mean, I'm sure it's also a lot of feeded information.
Mhm.
Whatever has been feeded in that website, or this is how it is going to work and all of that. But
Mhm.
imagine a website that's able to do all of this. Crazy. I think it's gonna
Wait,
pick up
wait.
very very well. In
Loading.
and I'm
Wait, wait. Now you're all right. Okay, start.
back. So
Back.
sorry, yaar. Himachal, I tell.
चलेगा चलेगा.
Um, so I was saying it's gonna pick up really well, and we're not even. I'm not even talking about a year and a half. I think it's gonna be even lesser. I think in like 2 months, 3 months, you'll see people making music with these AI softwares. Yeah,
Is it like it is very
or
time
you
saving
never
also?
know. Yeah, yeah, and you never know. People are already doing it and not talking about it.
Maybe. So,
Possible.
yeah, possible. Is it very convenient to use AI softwares for music?
See the one that it's very things have just started, but the way these these AIs would pick up everything, the kind of learning that they have, like their own intelligence and the way they learn is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I know for a fact in like 2 3 months you will see much more out of these software. I mean, imagine if I can feed these informations saying this is the band that I want to sound like, and this is the guitar part, and this is the bass part, and this is the drummer that I want the
Mm-hmm.
song to have, and it gives me that.
Yeah.
It in itself is so beautiful and crazy. Imagine if I have to go out, I'll have to hire all of these people separately to do
Mm-hmm.
the same thing.
That would be very
It's
expensive as well.
massive. It is going to go massive. Very expensive, very time taking, time consuming, and the kind of thought process, because then you're also discussing a lot of ideas. Here
Mm-hmm.
you don't have, obviously you can tweak a bit, you can say that all right, this part, it doesn't sound the way I wanted it, so can you tweak it, and it does, it tweaks it. So it's crazy, man. I'll give you one more. I actually I fancy AI too much. So with chat GPT, I actually went out and wrote a song. I said that the song, this is the situation, and I would want you to write a song in Hindi,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the situation, this is where it is, and then the guy goes and meets her on the Valentine's and this and that and all of that. All of that was feeded. That thing gave me chorus, baseline, sign, cross, everything was there. It's crazy,
So you had a great experience using artificial intelligence.
dude. I I love tech, and I love tech for a reason. It's time consuming, time saving,
Mm-hmm.
and it saves a lot of your, one is emotional quotient, um, your intelligent quotient, all of that. It saves you from all of that stress as well.
Okay.
It is massive thing, massive thing.
So, can you tell us about any upcoming projects or collaborations that you are excited about?
Hmm. The next song, I'm pretty excited about that. The song is called Chup. It's basically a song where two people they decide that this is not working out for us,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to part ways. And they do that, and in 6 8 months, trying to probably gel along with a lot of other people as well, and all of that stuff. They realize that no, that like what we had back there
Mm-hmm.
was the bestest thing, and then they decide to come back. And this is very this is an emotion a lot of people don't talk about. The reason it's called chup, it's
Okay.
that emotion of silence. A lot of people don't talk about it because a lot of people don't want to confess that they were wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'm pretty excited about that. Song has come out really well as well. It's a massive rock ballad. So yeah, pretty excited about that. There's another song called Heya, which is a complete chanty song, um, a complete stadium chant, and all of that stuff is there. Pretty excited about the album actually.
Okay. So, what advice would you give to the aspiring singers and musicians who are just starting out?
Hmm. So music is not about just singing. I
Mm-hmm.
would just want to tell them this. It's not about singing, it's not about creating, it's also about how you perceive music. If you know how to perceive music right, you'll be able to crack anything. You'll be able to crack any record label, you'll be able to crack any big rock show, any band.
Mm-hmm.
Your relationship, your calculation with your bandmates as well. You'll be able to crack that as well. Um, I think just you know keep doing what you're doing and perceive it right more than doing it right.
Okay. So, that's all for today. It was great having you at Sociobits. We hope
Thank you, Saloni.
we wish you best of luck for the future, for your upcoming
Thank you so
projects.
much.
It was
Thank you
great
so much.
talking to you
Really
today.
sweet.
Thank you.
Lovely talking to you as well. Take care. Yeah. See you. Bye.
Bye.